All right, I'm on hole number 9 of the Tropic Kings tournament and Tuesday's qualifying round in the rookie division. Let's go to Golf Clash Notebook and check out hole number 9. So there's several, okay. So the question that I have for myself here is, this is a great hole for a power 4 ball that's got 3 side spin. And in my bag, that would be the firework ball. It has 4 power, 3 side spin, 2 wind. So you're picking up wind like a Titan. So because you're going to use the wind to your advantage here. You're going to let that wind stay in. You're not going to take the wind out. And I'm trying the shot from out here. It's a max overpower shot, and I'm trying to hit this narrow neck and bring the ball back out into the fairway. Now, in most cases, I dribble out into the fairway and I end up here, and then I'm taking this shot to the green. But if you catch it and you make it all the way over the rough without clipping the rough, the ball will end up on this side, and you're going to end up out here with a shot coming into the green like this. And if you're out in this area right here, your best chance of being able to put that in the hole is to use a dunk. But you're going to be in your long iron range. And a Saturn, which is the best long iron for backspin, unless you get, I think it's a Tsunami, high enough level up that you've got. And in my account, I don't have a Tsunami, so that's not an option. So my only option is a Saturn. Doesn't have quite enough backspin to bring, if I put on max backspin and I go right at the hole, it's very close where it doesn't have enough backspin to bring it back out onto the green where you can make a putt and go home. You could end up actually going just a little bit long and getting caught on the fringe or the fairway out here. So it's a very tough shot coming out into this area. So I want to make sure that I bring a Saturn in my bag just in case I get into this area. But I want to think more of that I'm either going to end up in the rough right out here and have to come in with my Nirvana, or I'm going to end up in the fairway just dribbling onto the fairway. So if I use a 4 power ball, I increase my odds of coming out here. But if I use a 3 power ball, it's very unlikely that I'm going to end up out here because you won't be able to make this span. And I really don't want to burn a bunch of 4 power balls when I know I can get this done with a 3 power ball. So it's always the question when I come to this hole. Now, when this hole first came out, the very first time we ever played this hole, which was forever and a day ago, it was during the World Cup. And they came out with these World Cup balls, which are the USA, every nation had a ball. So I've got some of the whale balls, and I've got some of the Brazilian balls. And I actually didn't buy any USA balls in this account. And I bought these Brazilian balls because nobody knows what they are. So when you pop one out, everybody's like, wow, is there a new ball out there? And they start looking around and they're like, where the heck is that ball? I've never seen that ball before, because very few people bought the Brazilian balls. But this gives you the benefit of a Titan and a Kingmaker kind of combined. You get 3 power, 3 side spin, and 2 wind resistance. So you're getting the wind resistance of a Titan so that you can pick up a little bit more wind, but you're getting that side spin, and the side spin is all important here. So if you have a Kingmaker will get it done, but a Titan by itself, because it only has 2 side spin, it will be difficult to bring it back around to the left and achieve the goal that you're looking for. So I'm going to bring a Brazilian ball, because this actually is the hole that I bought these for, and I really like this hole. This is one of my, I really like how this hole plays. And I'm going to bring my Brazilian ball just to, because I don't think I need to pull out a power 4 ball. And instead of using a Guardian here, I'm going to use a Sniper. And instead of using a Backbone, in case I do get out there, I'm going to bring a Saturn, because a Saturn is a much better utility club. Now, I'm not going to get into my Hornet range, but in this account, just to hedge my bets, I'm going to bring a Claw. And if you've got a maxed out Claw, and this is a club that you want to get maxed out, if you've got a maxed out Claw, it has better, let's make sure we grab that. It has better accuracy than a Thorn, and it only has 3 less backspin. So you're not losing a lot in the backspin department, but that accuracy is huge. Now the little teeny bit of ball guide you use, at least it's past the 3 and it's on its way on that. So you're losing a little bit of ball guide, but that's really all you're losing on this. Everything else is better. It's got more top spin, just about the same backspin, a little more curl. It's a great utility club. There's a lot of stuff that you can get done with the claw, and it's a really accurate club. So just in case, I'm going to bring my claw, and I'm going to bring my sniper to try and get me in if I end up in my normal area down there, and I definitely want to bring my usual suspects on the bottom. There's no reason to switch out my Nirvana and my Spitfire. And we want to bring that Brazilian ball. And actually, let's see which one I have. I really like those Brazilian balls. I'm going to bring a Wales ball. Let's get the dragon out there working for us. All right. Here we go. If you have 4 power balls to burn, and the deal is that I have enough 4 power balls to firework balls, which is the one that I would use on this. I have enough of them. But if I can do a shot without using a 4 power ball, I always want to do it without using the 4 power ball. 4 power balls are, when you get on those holes where you absolutely have to have a 4 power ball, it's really nice to have a 4 power ball. Okay, this hole does carry just a little bit farther, so I'm gonna put on, I gotta think, I want to make sure I have enough room out here that even if I hit it great to the left or the right, I still have room to get out there. And it does carry a little bit farther than the ball guide is showing. Hitting it perfect. Trying to get out into that other fairway. Just dribbling out there into it. That's exactly what I'm looking for right there. Now I have a great look at Albie here. It's hard to get an Albie on this hole, but I'm going to have a really good look at Albie from that spot. Now if you're going to do the layup shot down here at the bottom, it's best if you start back a little bit more, and this is a great hole for a QB because a QB has tons of curl. So you're coming in here and your ball guide's going to take you towards that sand trap here in the bottom, and if you put on pretty much, not all of it, but pretty much all of the left-hand curl on a quarterback, you can just wrap yourself right around those trees and easily lay yourself up. You don't want to be short like our opponent. You want to be up here in this opening as far as you can possibly get, and you want to be as far to the left as possible. Okay, so I'm with my Saturn, so unfortunately I'm right at the transition, the club transition. Give myself a little bit of room here so I can apply a little bit of curl. I don't want to get too aggressive on this because I don't want to involve this hill face. I want to involve that hill face as little as possible. It is 1.9 per ring, so we're a little over 1 ring. And I'm going to put just a little bit of curl just to bring it back towards the hole, but I'm not going to get too aggressive with trying to get an Albie. Hitting it perfect. And I'm not, because of this bounce right there, I didn't want to involve. The farther to the left you are, the steeper the hill gets. And you can end up hitting that, especially when you're trying to dribble on like that. You can end up hitting that and end up bouncing back into that sand. It was just a product of, if I would have had a 4 power ball right there, I would have been able to get up a little bit closer and actually use a little bit of the backspin to try and bring it back around to the hole. But once again, this is a tough hole to get an albatross on. So if you have a shot at albatross, take the shot, but do not do anything to risk your eagle on this hole. There is a lot of people that are not going to get eagles on this hole, a lot more than they get albie. So if you get an eagle on this hole, don't go, man, I had a great shot. Hey, be happy you got the eagle. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. Eagle. Okay, so I had a pretty good round. I Missed a very close shot on hole number 1 for getting an eagle. Hole number 3, the jack leg I was playing, forfeited right before I was able to take my albie shot, and I was in the perfect spot, lined up with the right club. It was just a matter of hitting perfect, and I would have gave myself a really good look at albie. Hole number 5, I was relatively close on that. That hole is a tough hole to albie, but I was in line, had the right speed. I was able to get the eagle on hole number 6, and I hole in one par 3 number 7. So it was a pretty decent round overall. I think the notes that I've taken from yesterday's 2 practice rounds have tightened it up a little. And I still have, in my mind, I still have a little bit of work to do, but I like where I'm going on the holes. So, and my goal here is you need to shoot a minus 13 as an absolute minimum score. So when we're in the weekend rounds, you're looking at, a minus 26 is your absolute minimum score. And my goal going into the opening and weekend rounds is going to be to pick up a shot on each side, and I'm looking at a minimum of minus 28 is what I'm shooting for if you want to have any shot at winning a bracket. Now, some brackets, depending on where you're at, if you're a rookie playing against a bunch of other rookies, a 26 might win you a tournament or put you up there in the top 5. But if you're in this account where I'm playing in the rookie tournament, but I'm playing in an expert bracket, a 26 is probably going to net you a top 10, but it's not going to get you a win. In order to get a win, you're going to need to shoot, a 27, a 28, a 29. So I want to go in with my minimum thought process of being that I want to shoot a 28 and get that going. So coming into the weekend round with a minus 14, or the opening round with a minus 14 tiebreaker, weekend round with a minus 14, that's going to help me out, because these tiebreakers are so important, especially if you're playing, depending on the bracket you're in, if you're playing against more experienced players that have better clubs, these tiebreakers are absolutely critical, because it could be the difference between coming in, third and coming in 8th. So really focus on your if you're qualifying your account today, really focus on playing consistent and having at least a minimum of a minus 13 going into the opening round, so that you've got really good tiebreakers as the week goes on. All right, that was hole number 9 of the Tropic Kings tournament in Tuesday's qualifying round of the rookie division. Thanks for watching.